To be God and to be created are opposites. A created being cannot be God. Hello everyone, may the peace of the Almighty God be upon you, and welcome back to Sacred Smile with Obatt. Today we are talking about a question that many people ask, especially young people. I may mention it in my last episode, a question which my daughter once asked me. If God created the universe, then who created God? It sounds like a deep and smart question, but once you understand it fully, you will realize why the answer is actually very simple and very clear. Answer which you yourself, you can reply to someone. Let's take this step by step in simple language. Therefore, stay with me till end. Don't go away. But don't forget to subscribe and like. After watching it, please share with your loved ones. Let's begin with the question. If God created everything, who created God? I want you now, think for a second. This question doesn't really make sense, because if someone created God, then that other being is actually God, not the other one we are talking about. Let me explain so that you understand. Imagine a chain of creation like this. The universe. You know the universe? Let's give the universe a name, Alpha. Alpha was made by someone called Builder. Builder was created by someone called Creator. Creator was made by someone named Designer, and so on forever. That's the chain. It will never end. Now ask yourself, if the designer never existed, could the creator exist? No, not at all. If creator doesn't exist, then builder doesn't exist. And if builder doesn't exist, then Alpha, the universe, can't exist either. That means if we keep going back forever and never, reach a starting point, someone who was not created, then nothing would ever begin, and we will not be here today. You will not be there watching me right now. So, for anything to exist at all, like the stars, sky, you, and even me, there must be a starting point, a first cause, an uncreated origin. That first, independent, not only independent source is what we call God. Then, who is this God? Let's now define who God really is in a simple term. Because if someone or something doesn't match the meaning of God, then it can't be called God. What must be God by like? Number one, for example, He is eternal, no beginning, no end. He is self-sustaining, doesn't need help. He is all-powerful, means He can do anything according to His nature. He is one of a kind, means nothing like Him. He is independent, not created by anyone. If you want to know the attributes of God, the best book you can read is the Holy Quran. It will give you all the attributes which define God Himself. Now, ask yourself, can a created being have these qualities which I've just mentioned? Few. If something is created, then it has a beginning. If it has a beginning, it is not eternal. If it needs a creator, it is not independent. If its powers were given, then it is not all-powerful. So, it cannot be God at all. That means the question, who created God, doesn't make sense, because a created God is not really God. Let's look at it another way. Simple one. Think about water. I never want to compare anything with God, but for now, for your understanding, think about water. What makes water? The properties of water makes water. If you remove its wetness, if you remove its ability to flow or its ability to quench thirst, it's not water anymore. So, let's take this example. I said I never want to compare anything created by God himself. But for your understanding, let's make this as an example. Same with God. If we remove his eternal nature, the one I told you, or his power, or his independence, then we are no longer talking about God here. So, asking who created God is like asking what shape is a color. It's a bad question because the words doesn't or don't match together. Why it matters is this. Some people say maybe there is no starting point. Maybe there is no God. Maybe everything came by chance. That's what others say. But think of this. Look at the order in the universe. The sun rises and sets. Seasons comes and go. Life grows and dies. Can all these come from nothing? Even a simple watch needs a watchmaker. Then, how can a universe full of perfect systems come without a creator? Believe in God is not blind. It is based on a reason, logic, and observation, feelings. But that God must be uncreated God, because anything created is not powerful enough to be called God, my friend. I know you are enjoying. You are getting something from me, but still, you haven't subscribed yet. Please do me a favor. That is the only favor for this video. Please subscribe. And after this, share it with your loved ones. Please give me a thumb of like. Let's go back to our original question. If God created the universe, who created God? The answer is X. X means the question doesn't make sense. God, by definition, is uncreated. If he was created, then someone else would be God. But that leads to a logical problem. We need a first cause. That first cause must be eternal, all-powerful, and independent. And that is who we call God, whom I enjoy worshipping. Here is what we have learned today for your simple thing. The question who created God is a mistake in thinking. A created God cannot be called God at all. God is the starting point, uncreated, eternal, above all things. Everything else is part of creation. So, whenever someone asks you, who created God? You can now confidently, in a simple manner, answer the person. God is uncreated. That's what makes him God. Simple answer. God, he is uncreated. That's why, and that's what makes him God. Let me tell you something. When we come to this point, some people wonder, if we believe God is uncreated, why can't we say the same about the universe? Yeah, it's a fair question. And today, I can even break it down for you small. Let me tell you, make you understand this, the difference between God and the universe. Before I wrap up, God is believed to be eternal, self-existing, and unchanging. The universe, on the other hand, is vast and complex. But does it share these qualities? No, not at all. Let's find out. Scientists and philosophers have observed several key features of the universe. Number one, multiplicity. That the universe contains countless stars, planets, and galaxies, as you know. Number two, variety. There is vast range of elements and forces at play. Number three, change. Everything in the universe changes over time. Number four, limitations. Objects in the universe have limits in size, speed, and lifespan, just like you watching me right now, and even me. Number five, interdependence. Nothing exists in isolation. Everything affects and depends on something else. Number six, design. The universe operates under precise laws and patterns. Last but not the least, number seven, purpose. Do you know what? Many believe the universe has a direction or goal. So, these features suggest that the universe is not self-existing, but rather created and maintained by something beyond itself. Let's think logically, small. If the universe had no beginning, it would mean an infinite past. But an actual infinite sequence of events is impossible in reality. Therefore, it must have had a beginning. Anything that begins to exist has a cause. So, the universe must have a cause beyond itself. This leads us to the idea of a creator, something uncaused, eternal, and powerful enough to bring the universe into existence. This is very clear for you. So don't think like other people. Philosophers have argued this. Everything that begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist. Therefore, the universe has a cause. The cause must be uncaused, timeless, and immaterial, attributes often associated with God. Some might ask, could the universe have created itself? But for something to create itself, it will need to exist before it existed, which is a contradiction. Others might say, maybe the universe has always existed. However, scientific evidence like the Big Bang theory I told you once in one of the episodes suggests the universe had a definite beginning. Then, why the universe can't be uncreated? Given the universe characteristics, change, limitation, independence, it doesn't possess the qualities of an uncreated, self-existing entity. In contrast, the concept of God encompasses these necessary attributes: unchanging, limitless, independent. I conclude. The universe shows signs of being created. It changes, has limits, and depends on other factors. Logical reasoning and philosophical arguments support the idea of a creator who is God. Therefore, it's reasonable to believe the universe is not uncreated, but brought into existence by uncreated being. And that is who? That is God. Thank you for watching this episode of Sacred Smile with Obatt. If you found this helpful, please do me a favor. Like, subscribe if you haven't, share it with your friends or family who have asked these questions before. And remember, true belief in God is based on clear thinking and honest questions. Never be afraid to ask, but always be open to the answer. Let's chat down here on the comment. See you next time, inshallah. Thank you for watching.